the doorstep financial services. Then if you talk about the cost of ownership of the system and technology, here nothing is charged per transaction basis. It is an application that is built into the phone and then it is running for any number of users. So the opportunity in rural financial services sector it requires the extension of services rather than microfinance. It has to be extended to micro insurance, savings, deposits, everything. So it has to be economical in the sense of the operating cost. It has to be economical and it has to be reliable because the people in rural areas will not rely simply on a technology, or they will not come forth whenever they find some new solution or whenever we are ready to give them a solution. It is that we need to make them understand that the solution is reliable for them. This is a sample screenshots that we use this for a microfinance application in getting their SAGs and the other levels of their bookkeeping transactions. So this is a web-based application that captures the data from the phone and then generates the reports, and then which is available for the different level of users to take print out. So this test we have done with this NGO in Madurai, where we observed that it takes around 30 seconds for capturing the member level transaction on an SAG, and which error is less than 1%. So other than this, we are also extending this to monitor the rural entitlements. You heard about this NREGA program and its failure in reaching the rural people. Here we have been doing a job in monitoring whether this particular schemes announced by the government is reaching the rural or not, and what is the differentiate between the records, statistics posted by the government and what is the actual. So this is a new area where we are working on, and we have been doing pilot in the next week. So here we are monitoring about the public distribution system, then the NRGS scheme, which is giving 100-day jobs guarantee scheme to the rural peoples. So we are monitoring each and every activity of these, then the pension models, etc. Sorry. The other solution is one of the other solution is we also provide the on-the-spot receipt printing, where the mobile is connected to an thermal printer by Bluetooth, and it provides the receipt on the spot so that the rural person gets happy for the acknowledgement that he gets for the payment whatever being deposited. See, the system, it is instant access to information. You can get instant access. You can monitor your staff. You have the control over cash because the transaction is being updated immediately. You have low investment cost, low transaction cost. So it increases the transparency and flexibility. You can also do a credit scoring for the customers or the clients who's connected with the financial institutions. And number of value-added financial services can be built based on that. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for your patience.
My name is Raghavan. I work with a company called Classify, and first I want to thank Nokia, Prakash particularly, for giving me this opportunity to present here, and MOMO for promptly inviting me. As Ashish mentioned, just briefly tell you, I don't have a presentation, so I'll make it very simple. I actually live in San Francisco and with my family, and I work for an Israeli company out of Jerusalem. I do business in India, so we truly are a global company in that sense. But to start with, Classify is a company that's what they did initially is they enabled a simple camera phone to act as a biometric device. So we would capture your fingerprint, just by pointing to the camera of the phone, and then we'd be able to enroll you, authenticate you for any transactions or, for anything you see fit. That was really what it came about. So obviously for them, when I met the CEO about a year back, he didn't know what microfinance was, let alone he knew something in India that was going on because he hears from people about and reads in the papers that mobile is exploding in India. I had personal interest in microfinance. I've not been in India for a number of years. I left 20 years back. But I learned that, we came here in November thanks to some donors of MFIs. They introduced us. And my job in the past 8 months has been to travel around India. So I've gone all the way from Arunachal Pradesh all the way to southern India, and particularly in the rural places. I've learned that Air Deccan has good services to some places. But essentially, the idea here was that we would be able to go in and actually see if this technology would work. A number of my panelists have, I should thank them because they've been working longer than we have. But one of the things that brought us here was the fact that people wanted biometrics first, and second is they wanted simplicity in a device. And mobile phones obviously exploding. Nokia and Samsung and everybody have been very bullish about the Indian market. And the best thing is that any phone that they release in the general market in the world works here. I've done business around in other parts of the world, and everything has what is known as an I version, which means it's localized. And anytime you try to build an application, I was told, I'm not a programmer, but I was told it takes a long time. But when you do it on a standard phone, it works. So essentially, I just one of the topics that I was given today was from Sasi Kumar to talk about security. Being an Israeli company, I figured I could talk something about it. Security, and then the fact how I think it was mode of transfer. I did realize that when I was in my first trips in December, that they, as much as I like to hear the GPRS is everywhere or connectivity is everywhere, my BlackBerry did work at times, but the point was it was not reliable. And one of the MFIs, when I did the first pilot up in southern Karnataka, told me that if you take more than 2 minutes, or it's 90 to 120 seconds to do a transaction, your solution is a failure. Which means that you can't depend on anything. So truly, if you want to look at mobile transactions, I'm sure it's for us too, if we want to book a ticket on for a flight, and it takes more than 2 minutes, I think it times out, and then there's a problem, and then we have to go back and do it. And frankly, I don't book my tickets on the phone, but I was told that it's a painful experience. Now, the fact is that, if you want to do that, you have certain things you got to do. So performance, convenience goes with security. Many of the MFIs are excited that, you can now take a device, like they have pointed out, a mobile phone, and do a number of things. We add, of course, biometric to it, so it makes it easier. So one phone can do everything from taking pictures to enrolling to authenticating you and doing a transaction. What was missing was the fact that you needed to do that. So you have any time, which is, you can do it any time of the day, anywhere, but the problem was you couldn't, do it anywhere fully because you needed to depend on network providers. I did happen to talk to I worked with many network providers, but even with them, I've told them that in many places I've seen, there's no reliable connectivity. So, having reliable connectivity is one, and then which means that you have to sacrifice security. Sasi Kumar spoke about a concept called offline transactions. So when you talk about mobile security, and Nokia is here, I'm sure they're hearing, but Symbian has one of the greatest security features. They really encrypt, and so is Motorola, and so is everybody else.